Ted, my friend. These students are most excellent.
Wild Stallions!
Good morning, students. Welcome to school. Remember, the thought of the day is...
Hey, welcome to Neekology 101, the study of the nerd and geek in their natural habitat. I'm Gary.
It's Rudy.
It's John.
And we are the knights who say...
Neek!
All right, got it.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
See,
Well,
sometimes if Gary takes time off,
at least
he
somebody's
remembers what
on
to
point.
do.
The cup reminds me, so that's my
somebody's doing it.
mnemonic.
That is
We're
not a
trying.
cup. That is a chalice.
It's a chalice. Fine.
It is not
worked.
the Holy Grail because it's too shiny.
Right, too shiny. Yes, you choose wisely, right?
Oh, yes. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
That's right,
And that wasn't
exactly.
really the Last Crusade,
He chose poorly.
though. You did.
Hey,
That
so
was the Last Crusade, huh?
Yeah.
that was Last Crusade, but not the last of Indiana Jones. That's good.
It should have been.
It should have been. Or that shouldn't even been
I don't
the
know.
last
I
one.
liked that, but they got another one.
You
coming.
liked that one?
It had elements I
It's
liked.
probably
about it.
better than the Temple of Doom.
Oh yeah, that one is that's
You know, the only
Couture.
reason that Harrison Ford agreed to do another Star Wars is because they were going to give him an Indiana Jones movie.
Really?
That's really his only...
I thought he wanted to die.
He was like on the... You know, on the line of doing it or not, and they said, "Well, if you do the Star Wars movie, we'll give you another Indiana Jones."
I got a bad feeling about this.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
but he
And
also
then he
wants
also, but I heard he also said you got to kill off Han Solo if I do that.
Right.
That's
Don't
what's
touch
other
the
thing.
microphone.
right,
Sorry.
and I have a feeling Indiana Jones is going down too. That he's just knocking them all off, man. So who knows?
Yeah, and I think Steven Spielberg was directing the new one too.
Yeah, there you go. So I'll come back, and you can throw George in there, and everybody's good, right? Hey, so we'll let you know this
Leave
our
George out of it.
okay. This is our first episode, and we're going to YouTube. So
first
hello, everybody in the
episode?
audience.
Hey.
Good to see you.
Wait, this is
actually,
our first
hopefully, I haven't
episode?
scared you. We're recording.
We recorded
first
before.
YouTube episode.
We just haven't
Visual.
We did a record. Remember when we did our fandom, whatchamacallit?
Yeah, it's
We
just
we
a
recorded.
test market. This is the real.
This is the real deal.
So John, get your finger out of your nose, and we're good. Right? Okay.
All right.
Hey, so today we're gonna take an interesting kind of journey, which might be something that we would like to continue to do with our podcast. You know, with all the negativity in the news nowadays with fandom, we know that Star Wars had some rough times here with their movies, and exactly,
Yeah,
John.
they deserved it.
will bow to the First Order and will remember this as the last day of the Republic.
Well, things are changing, and it's like not everybody's happy with the way direction that Star Wars went.
Because
Right?
it's lame.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, you got your opinions on stuff. And the thing about it is, which is okay, this is good, but it's caused a rift in fandom, which we talked about. Lots of things that happen. And by the way, so let's talk about that real quick. So, not that we're going to get into it, because we really try to keep our podcast looking at the brighter side, which is kind of where we're going to. But there's a lot of stuff that happened.
I'm trying to keep it positive.
Yeah.
and it's hard to keep. It's hard to stay positive when we're in a genre that has a lot of negativity that goes on in it, and there's always the criticism of any art form, whether it's a good work or not. If you think it's a good story or a song or anything like that. So so it is kind of hard to kind of stay on the line of being critical because you're a fan of that genre or that particular artist, or just really going overboard.
I think that's the
just
question.
being a jerk.
When do you cross the line? I mean, it's one thing to be critical of a movie and say, well, it's not that good, or I didn't like this, or I didn't like that about it, or it didn't follow what I thought it should have followed. Like, like you're talking about Transformers.
Yeah.
First one was pretty good, and then you got to halfway through the second movie and go, oh, this is dumb.
Right.
But it's not going too far, like, well, I hate Shia LaBeouf now because he played that character. I want to kill him.
I apologize to Shia LaBeouf.
Why? Is it Boof? If you're listening, Shyla, call us, because we want to know if it's LaBeouf.
Yeah,
or
right.
LaBeouf.
Yeah, I retracted all of my emails and letters and.
Oh, did you?
And,
Thank you.
There you
and
go.
the pictures that I'd sent to him. So
Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it!
Good.
we're both in a good place now.
Good job.
that's good.
See?
Yeah,
that's the idea. Work it out, people.
Me and the Boof, we're in a good place.
That's right. Nice. Well, good. See, that's how it should work, right? So we know a lot of negativity went through Rose, right? The girl that played Rose in
Rose Tico, yeah.
Who's she?
Kelly.
Kelly Tran.
Kelly Tran.
You're right.
Who's Kelly Tran?
Well,
Kelly
she,
Tran is the lovely lady that played Rose Tico
Yeah.
in The Last Jedi.
right?
Yeah,
Remember her
she was
sister
lame.
sacrificed herself, and then
Yeah,
she was the
lame.
mechanic, and
She was lame.
Right. So
I could say she
people,
was lame.
the character was.
Yeah, but she as a person
she's
isn't
a
necessarily
person.
bad.
But that's what people were doing. They
And
were
that may not all be,
attacking-
and that might not be all her fault. I mean, she's
Yeah.
got. They're telling her to, act a certain way.
Yeah.
And you got to follow this script. And she's like, she might even be thinking, well, this script sucks, but I'm
Right.
trying to get a job here.
Yes, and actually, I think it was the character played Rose up next to Finn. I think that's the one that they were talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, not the sister, the one that died.
No,
but the
no,
thing
right.
is, so people were ragging on her on social media, and she just shut down her account. And it's like, wow, it's like drawing that line
But
between.
what were they ragging on her about?
They just didn't like the character, didn't like where they were going.
Yeah.
Just like just kind of like the criticism that you have. Well, you take your criticism and you put it directly at the person and say, "You're garbage. The character you played is garbage.
Right.
Yeah,
Stop.
that's- yeah.
Get out of the Star Wars
You wouldn't do
universe."
that.
That kind of deal.
Some
No.
people do.
I mean, I might say, what's his name who directed it did a horrible job.
Right.
But that doesn't mean he can't do a good job at something else.
There you go.
Now, because I haven't seen him do. But what he did with Star Wars, I didn't like. But I'm
Sure.
not going to attack him as
Well,
a
yeah,
human
no.
being.
It's
No.
it's the line between.
I'll attack
know,
you as a human being. You
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's
And
the
you
line
would
between
lose.
fandom and
I can
then,
trust me. I can take
and then
both of them.
connecting.
We'll
into,
find out later.
Probably individually or one-on-one.
And that's how you do.
I was saying it's
That's a whole
it's
nother episode.
It's
As
the
long
line
as-
between the fandom and then the
Yes.
actual,
Right.
real people
Sure.
that
Yes.
build this stuff.
Well,
And,
okay.
and not
That's healthy. That's healthy.
and not punching them in the
Exactly.
face.
So
with
that's
your
what happened
criticism.
with okay. So when you watch Game of Thrones, I know you guys don't watch this, but there was a character, and he was just
really good
horrible.
bad guy, right?
Oh, he was a really bad guy, and people
Oh,
he
yeah, I
had to
remember
get
that.
guards to protect him because people can't separate real life from I'm playing a character, and I'm really good at playing this character. He's a super cool dude in real life.
Yeah.
But people were after him because they think he's that guy. And he's not.
No.
He's
Not
not
exactly.
that guy. He's playing a character, you knuckleheads.
Well, it's sort of like Ian McDermott, who plays the Emperor. Great guy. You would never get. And hold on, Ron. You know this guy?
Not personally, right?
No.
Okay.
But Harry Potter's nemesis, Malfoy.
Voldemort.
Scared Potter.
You wish.
Guy, they get along really, really well in real life. So the thing about it is people realize, hey, it's just a part.
But I see
They're
that
just
with
people.
people too. And I see this with past girlfriends or girls at school, little girls. They fall in love with these characters,
Oh,
and they
sure.
don't realize that is
Yes.
not that person.
No.
Oh.
They're playing a character.
Yeah, just like the Twilight Saga, where
Yeah.
the guy that
He's not
killed
Edward.
one of the fancy
Yeah.
vampires. I know nothing about Twilight.
Don't even lie. You do. You have a.
Oh, Ron.
You've been to the Lilac Festival. I know you know about Twilight.
Poor reading. He's a trooper.
So yeah, they'll attach themselves to the story and the characters, and if they see that actor out on the street or whatever, they
Think that's
they
that person.
they connect to that story.
sure.
And
like,
that's,
oh,
that's
man,
just
he's a
his point.
jerk.
Yeah, or he's the greatest person on the planet. No, he may not be. They're
Yeah.
human beings and they're flawed.
And some of it's flipped. You have some great heroes, and they're
they're jerks in real life.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so you have to separate. But
They're not sparkly vampires in real life.
no, yeah, that would be a little
Or
right.
or buff dogs. If you're Team Jacob, the wolf.
See,
There's your
you bag on me. I do, but then you actually know the name.
I do know
of
the
one of
names, Jacob and Edward, because my friend was.
because you have to
'Cause he had
decide every morning which T-shirt to wear.
No, I'm
Edward,
Team Jacob. I am Team Jacob. Okay, my son is Jacob.
picked a team.
This we joked around, my
See?
buddy and I, because he named his son Aiden, but he had his son after
Rudy,
me. He's
we
like,
shouldn't feel so bad.
He's like, should
we
I
know.
name my son Edward, and then I could be Team Edward, and you be Team Jacob? Because Twilight was really
Nice.
big then. It was like
Nice.
09,
Okay.
2010.
So, anyways, yeah. So the thing about it is, separating faction. There you go. Not a make faction. That's what you get when you mix reality, fiction,
See what
and
happens when Gary
reality.
gets on camera? He can't
Faction.
speak.
Well, you get it. No, so you literally get a faction, don't you? Because you can't separate the fact from the fiction. Hey, there you go.
Connect.
There you go. So the thing about it is, so there's been, one of the things, so I wrote this piece a while back. You can find it on our WordPress. It's called Free Fandom Forever.
What's the WordPress?
Oh, we have
GodAmongGeeks316.com.
Thank you. That's our base we're building from, and then Neekology kind of came out of that. So there you go. This is our get to see our faces.
Our podcast is Neekology 101.
That's right. The study of the nerd geek, which we got. And so
and you can find that on Podbean.
Natural Habitat
or Spotify now.
Wow, there's a commercial right there. Anyways, yes, we are expanding, which is great. So one of the things that this piece was just, been thinking about it. One of the things I love about we've gone now. Rudy's the big guy that loves to go to cons.
I am a big guy.
I knew that was going to come out wrong. Anyways, he loves the cons, which is great. So he's got us, and I hadn't really gone, and I didn't know what they're like. So the thing about it was going there, you see so many different kinds of fandom. Like you're like, oh my gosh, tons of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And what's great about it is, everybody for the most part gets along, which is great, which is how things should be. So seeing fandom getting fighting, it's like, wow. Because I wonder, too, with pop culture, these guys are on the phone, but they're getting some information. Anyways, with pop culture, there's a lot of things going on in normal pop culture. And my thing is, I think now that nerdy things or neeky things...
Kind of cool. Yes.
Kind of cool. We're getting people in here who are kind of bringing their issues.
Will Wheaton! Why are you here? I'll tell you. I'm from Texas. Need I say more?
Fandoms shouldn't be fighting with each other, and that's the whole thing. Why?
But that's what's happened, because it used to be like, I'm a Star Trek fan, you're a Star Wars fan, and then when you fight about the little details.
But it was friendly fighting.
Yes,
they didn't.
And now you've got a bigger group of
drawing
people.
Weapons.
Yes, and they're taking it way too serious.
Yeah, and we want to enjoy it. We want to enjoy doing that, and that's now it's interesting in this piece. I won't go with the whole thing because I want you to read it. But my friend had likened. That's
a word. Yeah, lichen.
Lichen? That also grows on moss. Anyways, but the thing
is...
Yeah, that's a plant, too.
Okay.
But you liken it to...
Liken it to...
Lichen. It's lichen.
The World Cup. Because when I wrote this piece, the World Cup is out. And one of the things that Joe had talked about was soccer is like the sport bred around the world. Mm-hmm. It's the little black and white ball. Joe is a good friend of mine that I bike with who is a big supporter of our podcast, Joe Romero. Good job, Joe.
Thanks,
we always say,
Joe.
let's go, Joe. He keeps us going biking, yeah. So the thing is, he says that's the little black and white ball that brings the big blue ball together like nothing else, which is true. So,
but then it doesn't too, because those
fights.
Soccer fans get
they
nuts
do.
with one another.
But you can be an American. You can love Brazil. You can so you're not tied to like one country. You can love all these things and enjoy your team.
No, you can't. You have to root for the United States.
Yeah, right, States.
That's the
way it works.
I taught my son.
Right, and but they remind us in fandom how it's supposed to work. You can love. By the way, I'm learning to like Deadpool a little bit, but some people love it.
I love it. You only like it a little bit?
I like it. The character's fun. There you go.
Boom!
But the thing is, there's just things
Let's go get some chimichangas.
Chimichangas.
Exactly. And but see what's great about let's put that in there real quick.
Let's do it.
You guys have brought in more of that Deadpool, and I'm beginning to see the appeal. Mm-hmm. And kind of fun stuff, and yeah, it's they always joke because I'm the most conservative one in here.
Yes.
Which is also I'm the editor, so I get some flack for that one. But you know what?
Yeah.
We try to keep it clean as best we can. But the thing about it is, I'm learning to see, like we said, the part I like about it, and appreciate what these guys bring to the table. That's how it works, right? I think. Yeah. Anybody say something? Because I'll just keep rock and rolling here.
Go for it.
He's
okay.
You're
doing great.
Anyways, so one of the things is, I know that it all kind of started with Last Jedi, which John will say. Okay.
It was horrible.
He didn't like it.
No, it was so dumb.
Come on. We pull crazier stuff in this.
Just for the record, Commander Dameron, I'm with the droid on this one.
But what's funny, you want to do
this right now?
I'm
just telling you it was.
Slam down. My point exactly. But the thing about it is, you told us what you didn't like. Mm-hmm. You were very specific about it. It wasn't like, I'm not ever watching Star Wars
I
again.
didn't do that.
Because
I liked Han Solo.
Right. Exactly. But some people have just said, shut up.
He did what any American would do, and he went on a podcast, and he vented his frustration on it.
I did. And what did I do?
Healthy.
And I was going to write that blog about everything that was wrong with it, and what did I do? I didn't do that.
Back.
I said, you know what? I don't need to do that.
You pulled back, and you said, you know what? They need to hear my voice.
Yes, they need to hear my voice.
And we were united
Not just
on
words
that.
on a paper.
And, and we still, and even though he gives us a hard time, we still write pieces for it. and we still do some
do?
things that I do.
You guys should stop.
And actually, I made you.
You
I have
really should
I have a
stop.
fan fiction that I want. Well, we'll get to that too. Why I think there's outlets to fix some of this.
Before we move on from
Yes.
Star Wars, I think Star Wars, the Star Wars fan base itself is kind of a perfect example of the things to do and what not to do. Just because
We're learning.
because of what Star Wars brings to the table is a very it's a very detailed universe that people are very passionate about,
Committed to.
and when there's so much commitment and passion to something, then there's obviously some shields and defense that comes up on certain subjects, like the Christmas special. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people just kind of accept that it's there.
Right.
I accept that it's there.
It's a beautiful masterpiece.
And it's kind of the same thing with The Last Jedi. Or remember when the prequels came out? This isn't
It's not new. No.
Yeah,
exactly.
this isn't new with the least bit. It's just that now everybody has access to voice their their disgruntles and frustrations and opinions. Everybody has an opinion now.
Right. Yes.
Well, we have so many forms of media that you can get yourself out there. Before it was like, you had a newspaper, you get on TV. Now you can look at us.
They took it out
We're
in the dog.
podcasting, right?
Exactly.
You can blog about it. You can troll people on things. You can be on Reddit.
I had to wait for the local newspaper and the letters to the editor and say I don't like Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, exactly.
But now everybody has a voice.
Yeah,
We all have
everybody
like
has
us.
access to it.
Exactly.
Our
And
10 minutes of fame.
And now because of that, we have that direct connection
Did
to.
I need quotes there? I don't think I did.
No, you're not quoting anything.
You could see that
10
now.
minutes of fame.
Right.
So now
exactly.
you have that direct access to the people that make this material, and whether it be the actors, the writers, the directors, and stuff like that. And that's kind of
Good and bad.
That's kind of
Right.
what the basis of what social media is supposed to be, is that it's a form to connect, and you can directly connect to the things that you love.
Yeah.
And with that access, you're just kind of opening the door to all of people of
Good
all kinds.
and bad stuff. Yes.
And how you navigate that is the key.
Yeah, and so unfortunately with the Star Wars universe, there's a lot of passionate people, and you have that direct access to those actors, and they might not say the nicest thing. So we had. I think we had the director Rian Johnson. He quit social media because of all the harsh criticisms.
Yeah, I mean, you can criticize him, but you don't have to attack him as a human being.
Yeah, and you
That's
know
how
what,
learning what criticism is. There's a key to it.
Yeah, and for the most part, I think Rian Johnson was kind of the better sport of everybody, where he was actually responding to people that had criticized his story and pointing out to actual real material from past Star Wars books and all that he says, well, you said that this can never happen. Well, this is where I got it from. It's the actual Jedi manual, that kind of deal.
Well, and here's the other problem that I see with this is that so many of us just want to criticize, but we don't have any fixes for anybody.
Right.
We're not like, okay, this is the part that really sucked, and this is what you could have done better.
Oh yeah,
This is how you could fix this.
Well, that kind of goes.
We just go, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck.
Well, yeah, that kind of goes with the political kind of atmosphere that we live in now, where
but that's,
everybody's just criticizing, and
that's
I'm
because
not,
you're president,
and I'm not talking about this administration. I'm talking about in the last 4 administrations where people have the voice.
Yeah, but this administration is.
This administration is kind of a unique one because of the person that's in there, and we're not going to take sides or anything like that, because that's a different podcast for another time.
Right,
but
there you go.
But yeah,
There's politics,
but they'll criticize what people do without actually telling them, okay, here's an idea that I have to fix it.
Solutions,
so
I love that.
With all the fandom too.
And gentlemen, you're on the right track, because we want to be part of the solution. Yeah, that's what we're going for too.
Yes.
Or if you're going to criticize, and you say, hey, look, this is what was wrong. These are the parts that are wrong. You don't have to just go, well, the whole thing sucked. And maybe it did, but you say, these things I think you could have fixed, right?
Right.
There's this thing called constructive criticism, and then there's just
huge
lambasting people for, and then it's starting to attack them as people, which is, I don't think what we should be doing.
I shouldn't.
No, unless they're horrible people.
Yeah.
But then that's a completely different thing than what they do for work.
Yeah. So along with Rian Johnson and Kelly Tran, I think Daisy Ridley, who plays Rey, had quite social
they got
media
on her too.
This Star Wars Day, we want to say a huge, heartfelt thank you from everyone on Episode 8. Happy Star Wars Day, and may the 4th be with you.
Yeah, and that's, I think it was more of, because honestly, the girls really have a hard time when it comes to social media, because I think the
heart.
Yeah, the criticism that they get is different than what maybe you and I and males get, and that's more of like the body image deal, and I think they were talking to a lot.
They get criticized for the way they look.
And
then you get the acting on top of it.
Heck of a lot more than what Ron does on social media.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for all the things that I said, Ron. But yeah, it's
you waste of a human being, Ron. You just sit in that chair and smile. That's all you do.
Just nod and smile,
and then you just look at your little computer screen. You say, "Oh, it's red. We're recording."
So yeah, as much as I love,
go ahead.
As much as I love the Star Wars universe, I get so upset at some of my fellow fans that choose to criticize. And, it's just sometimes it's just not a fun fandom to be a part of,
and we don't want to be like that. We want to enjoy this too, and all this stuff. No, well, here's a nice little microcosm. You see, all these people working here, working with creative people can be very interesting, right? I always say it's like herding cats, which you have seen that exactly, and they listen really well. It's brought to you by Pet Meow Mix.
Hey, we're looking for exactly
sponsor. It could be
liver. Meow Mix, please deliver.
Meow meow meow. My case in point. Anyways. But anyways, the thing about it is working with creative people, and they have their highs and lows. And then, think about this. There's all kinds of...
We don't get high. We just have highs and lows. People.
In their emotional and whatever.
So think about emotional roller coaster.
Exactly. And you throw social media and people take... So there's a lot of stuff you can trigger in people if you're not careful how you do it. And the thing about it is, I know Daisy Ridley and a lot of these actors, they were so... If you watch some of the making of it trailers, they were so excited just to be on the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
Like, I get to do this. And they're so excited. And then someone throws, on them. And then, you're like, wow. And so, it's what... And my mom used to say, you can say anything if you say it right. I mean, and if you have criticism of people, it's all in how you do it. As a teacher all the time, whenever I have to talk to parents about kids, I always start off with, hey, here's I like what they're doing. Because think about it, if you already come at people like, they're going to shut you down, you get nothing. But if you find a commonality and a way to connect, they're going to be listening to you first and go, yeah. And start that conversation. There's a way to do it. And like Ron says, we have to do it all the time.
My wife tells me that all the time. She said, what your message is telling me is not bad. It's your delivery.
Delivery. So maybe that's part of it. Maybe people don't know how to deliver like Pizza Man, right? Mm-hmm. So the thing about it is, I think, and this is kind of what, if we want to kind of keep things rolling here,
we do.
There was a piece, and John knows this quote by Edmund Burke, which says, Johnny, I memorized, you know what it says.
If it's brown, flush it down.
If it's yellow, it's mellow. Oh, no, that was not...
There was a more profound one.
Okay, so Edmund Burke basically said, for evil to triumph, good men have to do nothing. Just do nothing.
Do nothing. Let them step on it.
Good men just do nothing, and evil will triumph. Yes.
Right, exactly. So we're proposing that we're going to do something. And the thing about it is...
We are doing something. This is what we do.
This is what we do.
Positive.
This is our something,
This is our something. The thing is, what I'd like to do is... We talked about, and this piece is called Free Fandom Forever, and the concept in it is that we want to enjoy what we love as fandom, try to work out issues the best we can, and then, maybe even help, with some of this, we're talking about media, how it should be better, kind of be a voice of reason, you might say, and try to, now, when I say positive, it doesn't mean like, Pollyanna kind of stuff, but I'm just saying is, when you deal with criticism, here's how you do it. You try to make it work. We're not trying to separate. We're trying to pull it together. And there's always going to be issues. By the way, perfect example, we don't... You know what? I'll throw this out. This is kind of interesting. On our last episode, when you guys did a thing on Comic-Con, right? Mm-hmm. One of the things we had on, you guys were talking about Venom. And one of the things is, there was a... And this is just...
This is Gary being an editor.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and the thing was, so there's a little, and it was fun. It was Venom's character, right? It was a little, for me, it was a little tense for. I wanted to talk about the character. We didn't edit it. We just was a soundbite, but we kind of negotiated through that, and it worked out okay. And yeah, we take some flack for that because we want to be able to not censor and talk about things we want to talk about. And so, but the thing is, we work through issues. You know what I mean? We were through issues, not something to separate us apart.
Yeah,
because
Gary and I had a rift, I want to say, when we were doing our Can We Have Order?
Oh, yeah.
And then we worked it out. Because that's what you do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's things that, because John's sense of, well, we both have irreverent sense of humor. Mm-hmm. Mine's a little less irreverent than yours. But you come up with some things that are just, because that's the way you think. That's part of his intelligence. I'm giving you props right now.
I know.
Remember this, people.
And you should.
And rightly you should. Anyway.
There's more
but different opinion.
There's more to life than being really, really, really ridiculously good looking.
Exactly. Thank you, Mr.
And the things that we do when we try to represent, and ultimately we're here representing our Lord and Savior, and we're trying to be the reflection of His light. Yeah. And there's in all the different genres that we try to touch on in geek and nerd culture. Yeah. There's a lot of that stuff that's not censored. So we have to kind of pick and choose and kind of tiptoe, which we don't want to do. Just because we don't, we want to cover as much of the artistic aspect that people try to put on paper or video or whatever it is. But at the same time, I guess we have to be that first filter. And if you guys if you the viewers and listeners want to get into Deadpool but you just have to keep in mind that if you want to get into Deadpool, you have to kind of accept and be in tune with the world that Deadpool has created.
Yes, right. and you can do that without getting into I guess to give it a rating, the R rating. We don't have to get into the R rating. Yeah. You can be in the PG-13 rating and talk about that. I mean, sure. So you can always modify things, I think, and still get the crux of what we want to discuss.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, you can love Deadpool and
I do.
All that he's about. All that he's about.
But we don't have to.
But then we're not going to go outside of the movie or put the comic book down and just completely repeat what Deadpool does and have his chosen vocabulary too when we talk to other people in the real world.
It's over. Go home. Oh, you're expecting a teaser for Deadpool 2. Well, we don't have that kind of money. Go.
That's kind of that line. Yeah. When you close the book, when you turn off the movie. Yeah. That's kind of it.
That's what people have to understand. Yeah. It is a book and it is a movie, and what you're reading on the page isn't necessarily, when we're talking about fiction, isn't real.
Right.
The characters aren't real.
But we can enjoy them.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So you have to be able to separate the two. And that's where you have to be able to go, okay, look, with, for example, our podcast or our blogs, we don't want to go beyond this point. In that,
and it's okay to have boundaries.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it's healthy, and that's good.
Well, because that's what we want. That's what we want to do. Now, other people may have a different podcast, and their thing is to quote the movie every line in the movie and go to the nth degree, go beyond Deadpool if that's what they want to do. But that's not what we're trying to do.
No, and when I talk about affecting media, I don't mean that we're, trying to change things up or make them too. I don't know. What do you want to put our? How do I put it this way? We want to add a positive element, you might say, and it might. You think about this as, world gets crazier. When you're putting good things out there, people want that. It's a lot like, and you want to put things that are good, have a good message, but are well done too. There's some brains involved too, and that's the biggest thing I think that people criticize. Good things are like, well, it's not relevant to people. It's just learning how to understand the culture and understand people and how to talk. You brought it up perfect. How do we talk to geeks and nerds? Being able to talk to them. It was funny because even yesterday I was in Winco and I saw a guy wearing a Flash shirt and I had to say something. I can't let someone out of a shirt come. I have to talk to him.
What kind of shirt?
Flash.
Sorry.
Yes. And the thing is, I said, hey, I looked at him, I go, hey.
You're sitting right next to him. You didn't hear that? You even have headphones on.
I had headphones on.
And he has the Rudy red.
You know this cord?
You think I'm listening to Gary?
Ron, how did the headphones work, Ron? How did they work, Ron?
You think I'm listening to Gary on my headphones, but
he's singing in his head. I like festival.
Don't you? Anyway, please don't think that I didn't hear all of your Lavender Festival.
And that gun's gonna start turning that direction too. He needs security. See, we're talking about that exactly right. It's a slow. I love the visuals now. You get to see what
episodes that I'm not into, and I just want to write angry letters.
Oh, I know. See,
at Neekology.
Right.
You should.
Hey, we need some comments.
I messed him up.
Dear Neekology 101.
I hate that guy, John.
I don't appreciate.
Can you kick that guy John off the show?
Yeah. Dude, thanks, Frank. Anyways, and let's see if I can get my train of thought on. Wow, that train just went. Psh. Anyways, so Flash,
yes,
Winco,
you talked to
Kid.
Flash guy.
Yes.
Thank you. Were you glad I can uncork stuff in my brain? Anyways, that's my superpower. Anyways, so I said, hey, enjoy. We started talking, Flash, whatever, and started connecting. And what's kind of cool now is this does tie in somehow. Anyways, being able to talk the talk. Being able to talk to our nerds and geeks and be able to connect with them, it's good. And of course, I did say, hey, we're on Spotify now. Neekology, I can remember that. Good. And the thing is, making connections with people, getting them out there, and being able to understand the nerd culture. That's what I brought back to. Being able to understand people and how our nerds think. And there's so many different kinds. So it's great. I love it. And, keeping it positive. We don't get into all the politics. We don't have to. But, we know how to at least start making steps.
It is a powerful tool to connect to people.
Sure it is. You betcha.
And they might
we got our shirt.
They might not even, think about, and that's kind of the surprising thing that, when we talk to people at comic book conventions and anything outside of here is as soon as we start talking about how we, connect certain things and kind of bring the positive, the positive or the light in it, they say, well, I never really saw it that way.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's kind of like the biggest reaction is kind of just kind of opening that side and thinking that, whatever negative stuff that he had that, we'll find a different twist on it, or if it's something that kind of helps them, get closer to kind of being connected with God, then, hopefully it works out.
And, that's part of our whole thing is making you think, maybe inspire you, make you consider.
We're here to inspire.
There you go. Yes, exactly.
Inspiration. That's our middle name.
And the air conditioner is not working. We are perspiration too, but it's getting better. Yeah, these guys are good. It's a lot of hot air in this room. We get chance.
Because I keep talking.
Right. Exactly. That's the word, right? I can get away with that.
That's what he does all the time.
That's my one word.
That's
just
his one word.
It goes a lot. It's got.
And
my mom has
so many meanings.
I'll tell you the one. My mom. What is it, Mom? What's Mom's famous word? That with a mom word, that's a second. So you're going to the store today? Your brother? So there we all have our magic words, right? That have a lot of meaning to them, a lot of weight.
Wasn't that special?
Not special.
Oh, that's right. Bless your heart. We know. There you go. But all right, Rudy, you hit it on the head. There's a magic finger. Connection. This is what we want. Okay, this is what we're going for. We want to connect with people who are doing the same thing we are, or find people that want to kind of really help add to all this positive stuff. So
that's not what.
Yeah, because we're not the first person. We're not the first people to do that.
We know you're out there.
That's not. Yeah,
we've heard about you.
No, it's not what we want.
Yeah,
what do you want?
We want followers.
Well, we do too. But like we're
all about the views. We're all
and
about
Aaron,
followers.
Hey, while we're here,
and donations.
That's right. We have an intern, Aaron. Aaron, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone.
The man.
Hi.
He's the man with the camera. There you go. We'll come up with a fun
We have
nickname.
another intern, Lauren, as well.
Not Lauren.
Yes.
Lauren. Oh, you do your friend Lauren. I'm sorry. I met that you meant Ann. Ann's been very quiet.
Ann over there. That's not my friend. That's
and
your
Mannequin.
friend.
Yes. You'll be beating her.
Aaron, we're out of coffee.
Yeah. Can you get Aaron
right away, sir?
So, Aaron, one of the things you talked about was connecting with other people, finding what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
And being able to connect with people online. So that's what we're really trying to do with all this.
Yes.
Find people who are doing it, connect, support them, they support us. That's how it works,
Yeah,
right?
helping out with social media and just getting back to people when they comment and stuff.
Huge help.
If we could get some comments, we might get back to you.
So we love comments, by the way. We'll answer them. And
for all you 20 people listening to this.
Yeah, tell your 20 people, and then they tell 20 people.
Yeah, it spreads like wildfire.
Well, you know how these things start. One guy tells another guy something, and then he tells two friends, and they tell two friends, and they tell their friends, and so on, and so on, and so on.
Since we don't, criticize or spread negativity, that's what we have, Aaron. So we say, Aaron, I hate the Transformers movies.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Translate that into positive.
Comment on their Instagram and let them know of my frustrations.
Yes, please.
There you go. In a positive way. He's always got a smile.
Send a letter to Michael Bay.
You said something that, they say, pardon my French, on one podcast, you said, pardon my God among geeks, but I'm going to speak. You're throwing us in there, man. Good old pop culture. So one of the things is we want to really start building friendships, and we know we're going to make some enemies. It's the way it is because people are.
We could be frenemies.
We could be. There you go, man.
Wow.
That's how it works.
Breaking barriers.
Breaking it up, man. Exactly. One of the things that Edmund Burke, of course, he was from the 1700s, right? But one of the things I like to read a lot of books from the past, right? Things that
when you were a child.
No. But I have I get this old beat up devotional that's on my desk from the from the Salvation Army, and it had a piece that says, we need to spend more time on building men, not building machines. Good people. I agree. And we need a good culture. And the thing about it is our culture is a pretty awesome thing in America, and it affects a lot of other countries. And the thing is,
it affects like the world. Dude.
It affects the world, exactly. And so what happens here? Well, it's funny is we live in California. What seems to happen in California affects our country, and the country affects the world. And this little studio, we want to be one of those positive elements that are out there that are encouraging people. And you know what? The way it is, you can be as positive you want to, and people will still be whatever. I don't care. You know what? You learn to get a little thicker skin. And the thing about it is, and I want to tell you something. These guys have helped me to do that much better because I have to put up with a lot.
He does put up a lot.
And the thing is, I love my brothers. They're great guys. And this is my brother over here. And Aaron's a great guy. And all the people that are part of this,
everybody's great.
Everybody's great. Everything is.
You guys
come on,
so much.
You got to sing it.
You guys are the best.
So like
everything is awesome.
So like the first they
didn't catch it.
First 2 or 3 episodes, we always give Gary a hard time, and I always figured that he'd just go home and lock himself in his room and just
next door.
He's very resilient.
Yeah, it's like next door is his room. Like if you just want to cross the hall, that's what we're trying to do. Like go to your bedroom, Gary. But he won't leave.
But I have 6 siblings, and we put up with a lot. Ron can give me an amen from it there, right? Mm-hmm. I had I could tell you that's a whole other podcast. But we put up with a lot of stuff, that people throw at us. But you know what? But you got to keep doing the right thing. Why?
And you know what my mother taught me?
What's that?
If you can't handle people making fun of you, make fun of other people.
Boom.
Bam.
Bam. There you go.
Words of wisdom.
Words of mama. That's exactly right. So one of the things we would like to do is we want to start, and I know he's going to make a comment, and I'm still going to say it, we're going to make a movement. Anyways, I know how he thinks. Anyways, we would like to start something. Exactly. Whoa. No, not that kind of movement. I thought he was going to talk about number 1, number 2. Because that's what you think.
See, you're the dirty one. I wasn't even thinking that.
He's like, you got to go right now.
That's what Edmund Burke talked about. If it's brown, it goes down. If it's yellow, it's mellow. That's the movement.
There you go.
I think I would like to think we're a lot better than poop jokes.
Amen.
I don't know. Are we? Well, here's poop jokes, and we're like, right.
Isn't that the days that scoop out the poop? Anyway, yes. So there you go. Oh my gosh! Don't even get started because I can. Anyway, but the deal is that
you're number 2 in my book.
Thank you. Anyway, thank you, Dr. Evil. All right, go ahead, do your Dr. Evil because you want to.
I just want sharks with lasers on it, people. Go ahead, Aaron.
Frickin' laser beams.
Frickin' laser beams. That's all I want.
Throw me a bone here.
Oh, behave!
Anyways, $1 million.
$1 million. Which, by the way, is coming back. We're looking forward to seeing Austin Powers number 4.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
It's so fun. There's so much quotable stuff that we can never fit into a show. I wish we did. We had 10 hours.
One time we should do that.
I'm sure that'll be in the near future.
Mm-hmm. Let's take notes on my phone. We're taking episodes. And by the way, fans, we loved. So let me go on, and then we're going to talk about how fans get involved too. We want to connect you. We're going to start using hashtag Free Fandom Forever.
That's really the #, people.
#. And we'd like, if you're doing some awesome things out there.
I know you don't know what that is, Aaron.
Put that on Twitter. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from our fans. On YouTube now.
Tweet it.
That's right. Tweet it.
Tweet
we want to hear what you're doing.
Gram it.
If you'd like to be on our show, you'd like to have.
And send us a pigeon carrier.
We're going to make it. #face it.
Heck yeah. Hashtag face it. Pound sign.
Nice.
Make sure the hashtag face it doesn't exist and
Yes.
it's like some
Snap it to
inappropriate
us.
thing.
Yes.
But we want to connect. We want to, you know what? We hear from the negative listener, from
Connect.
the people who love to do positive stuff. And you know what, too? Here's an option, too. And by the way, one of the things you're going to start seeing on our podcast or in our blog, you're going to start seeing our little flag that says Free Fandom Forever, or Rudy's cool piece about Free Fandom Forever. We want to start putting that. We want to start putting that everywhere. And it's us doing something good, trying to do something good, like Edmund Burke said. And the thing is, you never know if little stuff can go a long way. A lot of our fan fiction, if you have that, we're always looking for ideas. We do our own, but we have people who work with us who have some great ideas, and we want to put that out there.
Who works with us that has great ideas, Barry?
Beyond me and you? Just kidding. Anyways, no, we do have some other. There's other things we have in the works, which we'll talk about later. But we do some of our own writing and producing stories and books, and obviously they talked about it a few times. But we have some people who are writers. Go ahead. Thank you.
Fistful of Chronotons!
Thank you. And
what's your favorite cereal? Chronotons.
Chronotons are my favorite cereal.
There you go. Hey, the good thing about that, eat it comes back again. There you go. It's a cycle, people. Time cycle.
It is.
You can't repel flavor of that magnitude.
Ooh, man, there you go. We made a whole commercial.
Admiral, what's his
And
name?
see, now this is where ideas
That's what
come
you
from.
sound like.
These guys don't realize, but I'm taking mental
it
notes.
was Admiral Akbar's
Yes.
Admiral Akbar cereal.
It is.
Fistful of Chronoton. That's a trap.
It's a trap.
You're going to go dookie in 2 minutes. It clears out your system.
Oh, nice. Anyway, get us out of the system.
Get us out of this toilet system. Quick. Go to light speed.
Window system.
Oh, and see, the magic is, and this is what I get from fans, is that we actually can finish a show. It's pretty awesome. By the grace of God, we go. Because now get off track. See, between their comedy and my memory loss, we definitely help.
Don't forget in the comments, when you do your hashtag Free Fandom Forever, is that what it is?
Free Fandom Forever, yes.
Hey, wish Ron a happy birthday.
Yes, it's Ron's birthday.
Yeah, say
Ron's birthday!
Say happy birthday in the comments.
Look at this.
Nice.
Can you guys see that back there?
Cheap entertainment, people. Cheap entertainment.
All right. Good.
So one of the things is we know this is us. We want to start something that's kind of bigger than us. We want to pull you in. So please, and you know what's great about this? This is actually technically our first YouTube piece that's been on there. Mm-hmm. If you're just seeing us for the first time, check. Commercial.
This is going to be the first time you see us.
If you've seen us and we haven't scared you away at this point,
just donate money.
Right.
My name is John Pepe.
You can find us where, John?
Or you can give us anything. Benjamin.
Can you think of our commercial off the top of our head? Go.
That was my favorite president, Benjamin.
Nice.
Which one?
Benjamin.
Where can they find us?
He's on the $100 bill. He's my favorite president.
Thank you.
That's not a president.
Where can we find us on?
No, I'm joking. Benjamin Franklin was not a president.
Sometimes I had to do it myself. Okay.
Sorry.
I feel like Thanos right here. Maybe I should do it myself. Do I have?
What?
Don't tempt me. Anyways, the thing about it is, so where can we find Got 'em on Geeks?
Got 'em on Geeks. At 316 at
no, it's
whatever
316.com.
Wait, no, it's http / colon
www. World Wide Web. That's what www stands for.
Got 'em on Geeks 316. That's 316.
Don't write it out. Don't write.
Aaron is
CHREE.
He's giving you a thumbs down
numerical
right now. 16. Yes, exactly. 316.com.
You're killing them, Smalls.
Okay. So that's where you can find us. You can also find us on Podbean, which you can download for free. We're now on Spotify, but is that free?
Yes, Spotify's free.
Well, yeah, there is a free version of it.
Okay, and then there's the... I have it at work. And I just keep replaying the same album
get
over
on
and
YouTube.
over.
I'm the guy that
We're gonna
supports Spotify and pays the $10.
Oh, so there you go. Exactly.
I don't do that.
YouTube, it just needs some work. I'm working on it.
But if you,
Yes, it's in
Spotify, will
process.
sponsor us, we will sponsor you. And I will pay you
I
$10.
already get Spotify money, so...
Oh, there you go. I think Ron does too, so there you
You're
go.
such foolish mortals.
Exactly. And then Rudy, where else can we find him? How about Facebook and Instagram? That's his part.
Oh, yeah.
He has a part.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
There you go. And our email, which... Oh, I can't give it out yet, can I?
Why not?
Well,
isn't it Forebear Productions?
It's going to be Neekology at gmail.com, so we'll keep you posted.
Well, yeah, stay posted.
But you can also get a hold of us at Forebear Productions, right?
That's true.
Or Gary Avance 66.
Thanks. At gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Spam them, everyone.
Spam them!
I'm sure we'll make it easier.
Oh, you
and
know
get a
they
bumper
will.
in there.
You know they
That's
will.
awesome.
Insert the bumper.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so hey, I hope you heard us because we're listening to you. So the thing about it is,
no, we're not. Not until you talk to us, or we're listening.
Please talk to us. We love. By the way, we do answer all comments. We love. So
Yeah.
I guess at this YouTube channel, answer down here wherever that is.
To all of you, so
down here.
Don't worry.
Yes.
What's that? What'd you say, Aaron?
I'll be talking to everyone, so I'll be.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You got some good old Neeky stuff out there. Let us know what you
the
got.
kids do, and they'll have the subscribe button. It's like subscribe here.
Yes.
Click here.
Hold it.
Click right here. Click anywhere.
That's
I don't
right.
know.
But we'll be back. All right. Is this a wrap up?
Yes.
Okay. Talk a second so I can have our outcome. Hold on. Anybody else? Come on?
What are we talking about?
Just kill us a minute while I can.
Killing a minute.
So I can do my sound effect.
Stretch.
How was the festival that you went to? What was it? The
Lilac Festival.
The Lavender Festival.
The Lavender. Well, you had it wrong the whole time, John.
Right, guys, here it is. I'm going to plug the Lavender Festival.
Oh, please.
It's held in the springtime, obviously. It's in Beaumont, California.
Beaumont.
Anyways.
Oh, you weren't ready with
about
that?
time. No.
It's not about that time.
Well,
It
I
is.
guess
We
it's
got
about
abandoned
that
ship.
time, people. All right. I'm still Gary.
Still Rudy.
Still John.
And class is officially dismissed.
10 miles, damn you! Have you been eavesdropping?
I haven't been dropping no eaves, sir. Honest, I just wanted to come in and try and get a bit of a close-up. I mean, you had one, and Frodo had one, and I've been in nothing but group shots so far, so...
No. It's too late.
The special effects of this movie, and I just wanted to be a part of it now!
Elijah, did you go back and read the books?
I actually haven't. Truth be told, I still haven't read the books.
Never? I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
Listen, I've said this before.
Get out of here!
I'm okay.
Did you ever think that maybe there's more to life than being really, really, really ridiculously good looking?
Hey, thanks for joining a class at Neekology 101. You can always find us on Podbean, which you can download for free through the iTunes, Android, and Google stores. Or we're now on Spotify. And guess what? We're also on YouTube. Be sure to hit subscribe to stay up to date on all our new episodes.
If you want to learn about God Among Geeks and what we do here, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can also check us out on our blog at godamonggeeks316.com.
And please feel free to email us at 4bearproductions@gmail.com. We love to hear your thoughts because we are the Knights who say, Neek!